Welcome to FM Coins. Today, we are diving into one of the most astonishing and exciting chapters of American coin history. The hidden world where an ordinary-looking Washington quarter can turn into a life-changing treasure worth millions of dollars. Yes, the same 25-cent coin that sits in pockets, drawers, or old jars has in some rare cases shocked the coin market with unimaginable auction prices. In this video, we will uncover the most valuable Washington quarter-dollar coins ever discovered. These are not just old coins. They are legendary pieces created through unexpected mint errors, rare compositions, limited production, and unique varieties that transform them into some of the most sought-after U.S. coins on the planet. Collectors chase them, auctions celebrate them, and the lucky people who found them, they never forgot the moment. Whether you are a coin collector, a treasure hunter, or simply someone curious about the secrets hiding in everyday change, this video could open your eyes to something incredible. Because who knows? Maybe a rare quarter worth hundreds of thousands or even millions is already in your home. So get ready, because today we reveal the untold stories, shocking values, and rare secrets of the most valuable Washington quarter-dollar coins worth millions. Your next big treasure might be just 25 cents away. Now we will talk about the extremely fascinating and surprisingly valuable 1965 Washington quarter-dollar, a coin that looks completely ordinary at first glance but holds a hidden secret that has shocked collectors all over the world. The year 1965 was one of the most dramatic years in the United States coinage history because this was the moment when the U.S. Mint removed silver from quarters and began producing them in a copper-nickel-clad composition. This decision changed everything, creating a transitional period that unknowingly produced a handful of rare and extremely valuable 1965 quarters, coins that should never have existed in silver, yet somehow slipped through the minting system. These mysterious survivors are now some of the most sought-after and unbelievably expensive coins in the entire Washington quarter series. The reason the 1965 quarter is so special is because a very small number of them were accidentally struck on 90% silver, planchets meant for 1964 quarters. These transitional errors are considered once-in-a-lifetime discoveries because they reveal what happens when old metal blanks are mixed with new production. Collectors value these coins not just for their rarity, but for their historical significance, their mystery, and their incredible beauty. Because the mint stopped making silver quarters after 1964, any 1965 quarter that weighs around 6.25 grams instead of the typical clad weight of 5.67 grams has the potential to be a life-changing treasure. Even today, people continue testing old pocket change to see if they have one of these legendary silver 1965 quarters because the value is astonishing. At top auctions, a genuine 1965 silver Washington quarter has sold for breathtaking prices. One high-grade example sold for more than $12,000, while another specimen in exceptional condition crossed $16,000, shocking even experienced investors. But the most dramatic sale reached around $20,000 for a single rare silver planchet strike, making this quarter one of the most expensive modern transitional errors ever discovered. And experts believe there are still a few more hidden somewhere in old coin jars, drawers, inherited collections, and untouched rolls waiting to be found. This possibility keeps collectors searching relentlessly, hoping to uncover a fortune hidden inside a simple 25-cent coin. Another layer of excitement comes from the fact that the 1965 quarter is commonly found in circulation, which means anyone, absolutely anyone, could have a valuable piece without even knowing it. Most people look past these coins every day, unaware that the rare silver version feels slightly heavier, sounds different when dropped, and shows a brighter shine along the edges. These tiny clues make the coin hunting experience thrilling, especially because a correct discovery can instantly turn a regular day into an unforgettable jackpot moment. But value does not stop at silver errors. High-grade 1965 clad quarters are also surprisingly valuable. A perfect condition example graded MS68 sold for $1,300 plus, while exceptional MS67 plus pieces have crossed $500 to $800, depending on the market. The reason is simple. Despite being a modern coin, most 1965 quarters suffered heavy circulation, making pristine examples incredibly hard to find. Combining condition rarity with the legendary silver planchet mystery gives the 1965 quarter an almost mythical reputation in the world of rare U.S. coins. Collectors describe the 1965 silver quarter as a time capsule, a reminder of the exact moment when American coinage changed forever. Owning one feels like holding a piece of history, a blend of accident, transition, and pure luck. And because the number of surviving examples is extremely small, the value continues increasing every year, making these coins not just collector's items but also high-potential investments. So whenever you come across a 1965 Washington quarter dollar, whether in a coin collection, in a shop, or even in your own spare change, never ignore it. It could be the ordinary coin you always see, or it could be the rare silver transitional error worth tens of thousands of dollars, a coin so valuable and so shocking that it instantly becomes the highlight of any collection. This is what makes the 1965 quarter one of the most thrilling and unforgettable chapters in the story of valuable Washington quarter dollar coins. Now we will talk about the extremely interesting and highly collectible 1974 no mint mark Washington quarter, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but actually hides a very powerful story beneath its simple appearance. The 1974 quarter belongs to an era when millions of coins were produced for everyday use, yet a small number of them managed to stand out because of their remarkable condition, their unique minting traits, and the surprising prices they achieved in top-grade auctions. Although the coin does not carry a mint mark because Philadelphia Mint did not use mint marks during that year, what truly makes it special is the combination of rarity and high grade, circulation, and the unexpectedly high values that collectors are willing to pay when the coin appears in pristine condition. When we look at regular circulated 1974 quarters, they seem extremely common. Countless people still have them in drawers, jars, and pocket change. But what many don't realize is that the majority of these coins are worn, scratched, or heavily circulated, losing all the sharp details that give a coin premium value. The real treasure lies in those 6,000 plus minted coins, only a tiny fraction of which exist today in near-perfect grade, known as Mint State 66, 67, and the nearly impossible Best 68 because of this extremely low survival rate in high-grade form. Collectors treat these flawless examples as true modern rarities. Auction records tell an amazing story. A regular worn 1974 quarter may be worth only face value, but a 1974 Washington quarter graded MS-67 has already sold for over $1,300, shocking many new collectors. And the rarest of the rare, very few coins graded MS-68 have reached $10,000 to $15,000, depending on demand and auction timing. These unbelievable prices show that even a coin from the mid-1970s can achieve premium status if it survives in exceptional condition. For a coin with no mint mark and no silver content, crossing the $10,000 mark simply because of grade, rarity is something that truly amazes both new and experienced collectors. The 1974 quarter also gains attention because it sits in the transitional period before major design changes and before the return of stronger metal content experimentation in later years. Collectors of modern Washington quarters often seek complete high-grade sets, and because the 1974 coin is one of the most difficult dates to find in perfect condition, demand increases year by year. This constant rise in demand creates highly competitive bidding wars, which further pushes the coin's price into a much higher level than anyone would expect from a common year quarter. Another important factor is eye appeal. Some 1974 quarters show stunning brilliance, nearly flawless luster, razor-sharp details in Washington's hair, bold lettering, and a clean eagle design on the reverse. These gems, when graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can turn into auction stars instantly. Their value has continued to rise as collectors discover how truly difficult it is to find untouched original examples from circulation. Even small varieties, like slightly off-center strikes or minor die errors, can lift the price significantly. Some error examples have crossed $5,000 to $8,000, depending on how dramatic and well-preserved the error is. What makes the 1974 no mint mark Washington quarter so fascinating is the lesson it teaches. You don't need a silver coin or an ultra-rare mint error to reach thousands of dollars. Sometimes the key is simply perfect preservation, low survival rates, and passionate collector demand. So even though millions of these coins were produced, very few remain that can compete in the high-grade category where real money is made. This is why the 1974 no mint mark quarter has earned its place among the modern valuable US coins, proving once again that the smallest details can turn a simple coin into a high-value treasure. And who knows? A flawless example could still be hiding somewhere in an old coin jar, waiting for the right collector to discover it. Now we will talk about the 1983 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that looks extremely ordinary at first glance, yet hides an unbelievable secret that has shocked collectors for decades. The year 1983 was a very unusual time in the history of United States coin production because the US Mint did not release any official mint sets that year. This one fact alone changed everything. It instantly made 1983 circulation coins much harder to find in true uncirculated condition. Because no mint sets were produced, most of the 1983 quarters went straight into daily use, passing from hand to hand, losing their shine, gathering scratches, and slowly fading into the millions of coins that were already circulating. Very few people saved the coin, and nobody imagined that one day this particular quarter would become one of the most hunted pieces in modern American numismatics. But the real surprise came when collectors discovered that the 1983 quarter has a very famous and extremely valuable variety known as the 1983 Spitting Eagle quarter. This dramatic variety is caused by a die flaw that shows a thin, raised line extending from the eagle's beak on the reverse of the coin, making it appear as if the eagle is spitting. What seems like a small marking is actually a big deal in the world of rare coins. This line gives the coin a unique personality and immediately separates it from ordinary circulation coins. Collectors love this kind of dramatic, visible variety, especially when it comes from a year where uncirculated examples are already incredibly hard to find. Because of this perfect combination of low survival rate, no mint sets, and a dramatic mint variety, prices of the 1983 quarter have skyrocketed. A high-grade uncirculated 1983 quarter without any special variety can already bring strong prices from experienced collectors. But a sharp, clean, fully lustrous example of the 1983 Spitting Eagle quarter has reached astonishing auction records, often selling for thousands of dollars, and in the highest grading conditions, even crossing the 10,000 plus mark. These high prices shocked the coin market because the coin itself was once thought to be common, and nobody expected a modern quarter from the 1980s to become so valuable. Another reason this coin is highly sought after is the difficulty of finding one with perfect surfaces. Because almost all 1983 quarters were used in daily life, coins with perfect mint condition surfaces are extremely rare. Only a tiny number of coins survived in superb gem grades, and when these exceptional pieces appear at auction, collectors compete aggressively, pushing the prices higher and higher. This is why even a normal 1983 quarter in high grade can sell for hundreds, and the Spitting Eagle variety can sell for several $1,000s, depending on condition, eye appeal, and overall rarity. For new collectors, the 1983 Washington quarter is a perfect example of how a simple, everyday coin can turn into an extremely profitable discovery. You may have seen hundreds of quarters in your life, but this particular one demands attention. A single small mint flaw combined with a year of limited preservation transformed this coin into a modern treasure that continues to rise in value. Every year, collectors around the world search for better, brighter, and sharper 1983 quarter examples, hoping to find the next high-grade variety that will break another price record. So if you ever come across a 1983 Washington quarter, especially one with a clear Spitting Eagle line, do not let it slip away. Check its surfaces, examine the eagle, and look for that famous raised line. You might be holding a coin that is not just rare, but worth thousands of dollars. A true hidden gem from the modern era of US coinage. This coin proves that treasure still exists in everyday change, waiting quietly for the right person to discover its secret and unlock its incredible value. Now we will talk about the 1982 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that looks extremely ordinary at first glance. But the moment collectors start studying its details, it turns into one of the most fascinating and valuable Washington quarters ever discovered. The year 1982 is important in U.S. coin history because this was the time when the U.S. Mint was facing production changes, metal composition adjustments, and budgeting challenges. Because of these issues, the Mint did not produce any mint sets that year, something very rare, which means high-quality 1982. Quarters are extremely hard to find. Most coins from this year entered circulation immediately, and as a result, almost all of them exist today in rough, worn-out condition. But the few that survived in pristine condition, or the ones that contain rare errors or exceptional striking quality, have shocked collectors with unbelievable prices at auctions. The 1982 Washington quarter is mainly valuable because of three reasons: scarcity of high-grade examples, rare striking conditions, and powerful collector demand. Since the mint skipped making collector sets, only circulation coins exist. That means finding a coin in mint state condition, especially MS65, M66, or MS67, is a serious challenge. Even experienced collectors search for years before locating a clean, sharp, mark-free specimen. This is why grading companies like PCGS and NGC treat 1982 quarters as special high-demand modern rarities. In fact, whenever an MS67 specimen appears at auction, bidding wars immediately begin, and the final prices reach stunning levels. Another reason collectors value the 1982 quarter is the presence of strong strikes and unusual die varieties. Some coins show extremely bold details on Washington's hair, cheek, and the eagle's wings, details that are normally weak on circulated pieces. Such strong strike examples are not just beautiful, they are extremely rare. Many collectors believe that coins from a very early die, run possibly the first day of minting, survived and today command thousands of dollars. There are also minor die errors, such as die cracks, filled letters, and off-centered strikes, which make individual coins even more attractive. But the real excitement comes from auction records. A standard 1982 quarter in circulated condition is worth face value, but the moment the grade crosses MS65, its value jumps dramatically. High-end MS66 pieces can sell anywhere from $500 to $4,200 depending on eye appeal. But the biggest shock came when an exceptionally preserved 1982 Washington quarter, graded, MS67 sold for more than $10,000 at auction. That single coin proved that even modern quarters from the 1980s can reach premium prices if they survive in superb condition. Some other examples with slightly lower grades, like MS66 Plus, also crossed the $3,000 to $5,000 range because collectors are desperate to complete their high-grade Washington quarter registry sets. Collectors also look for the 1982 P quarter with full luster, full strike, and minimal contact marks, because such pieces are nearly impossible to find. Most 1982 quarters move between banks, shops, vending machines, and circulation for years, gathering scratches and dull surfaces. But the rare surviving mint-fresh pieces are considered treasures. Whenever one shows up with strong cartwheel luster and razor-sharp details, its value instantly multiplies. This combination of rarity, historical importance, and market demand is exactly what makes the 1982 Washington quarter one of the most exciting coins for treasure hunters. So the next time you check your pocket change, your old savings jar, or a forgotten box of coins, remember that the 1982 Washington quarter isn't just another old coin. It might be the key to discovering a hidden fortune. With high-grade examples reaching over $10,000, and even mid-level mint state pieces fetching hundreds or thousands of dollars, this coin continues to thrill collectors around the world. And who knows, maybe your next 1982 quarter could be the jackpot that turns an ordinary find into an extraordinary treasure. Now we will talk about the 1997 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but has fascinated collectors around the world due to its unique characteristics, rarity in certain mint states, and the surprising prices it has fetched in auctions. The 1997 quarter was part of the long-running series of Washington quarters, which had been minted continuously since 1932, commemorating the first president of the United States. While the design might appear familiar with George Washington's profile on the obverse and the traditional eagle on the reverse, what sets certain 1997 quarters apart is their minting errors, exceptional conditions, and collector demand that has driven prices to astonishing levels. The 1997 quarter was struck at multiple mints, including Philadelphia and Denver. And while the vast majority of these coins are common and worth face value, some examples in perfect uncirculated condition or proof-like errors have captured the attention of serious collectors. Coins that exhibit die cracks, doubled dies, or unusual striking anomalies can command hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity and the appeal to collectors. For instance, a 1997 proof quarter with an exceptionally sharp strike and flawless surface can easily sell for over $500 in online auctions, whereas a coin with subtle but rare errors can reach even higher, sometimes exceeding $1,000. Collectors are particularly drawn to the 1997 quarter due to the combination of age, historical context, and the rising popularity of modern Washington quarters among collectors. Unlike older coins that may suffer from extensive wear, many 1997 quarters have survived in nearly pristine condition, making them perfect candidates for grading by professional services like PCGS or NGC, a graded MS69 or MS70. 1997 quarter can become a centerpiece in any collection, demonstrating not just monetary value but also aesthetic beauty and historical preservation. Another factor that adds to the 1997 quarter's allure is the rise of error coin collecting. Coins that feature off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, or unusual planche variations are particularly sought after. The market has seen instances where even subtle errors on a 1997 quarter have sold for several $1,000s at auctions, surprising even seasoned collectors. This is because Washington quarters, due to their popularity and long history, attract a wide collector base, and any coin that deviates from the standard minting process becomes immediately valuable. In addition to errors, some 1997 quarters have also become highly desirable because of limited special releases or proof sets. Collectors who manage to obtain coins directly from official mint sets, especially those that have been preserved in pristine condition for decades, often see significant increases in their value over time. With the growing interest in modern collectible coins, a 1997 quarter that is untouched and maintains its original luster can become a rare gem, commanding prices that far exceed its original face value of 25 cents. It's also important to note the role of grading in determining the value of the 1997 Washington quarter. A coin graded by PCGS or NGC receives a score based on its condition, strike quality, and eye appeal. While a circulated 1997 quarter might be worth just a few cents over face value, an MS70 or PR70 coin can become an investment-grade collectible. The highest graded 1997 quarters have even been auctioned to collectors willing to pay $2,000 to $5,000 or more, depending on the demand and rarity of specific errors or varieties. Collectors also love the story behind each coin. The 1997 Washington quarter represents a period in the late 20th century when coin collecting was booming, and when the U.S. Mint began producing coins with greater attention to detail for collectors. As a result, coins from this era that exhibit perfect strikes, clear details, and exceptional luster are considered treasures. The combination of historical significance, collector appeal, and rarity of high-grade examples makes the 1997 Washington quarter one of the most intriguing coins for anyone looking to invest in or expand a modern coin collection. In conclusion, while at first glance the 1997 Washington quarter may seem like an ordinary coin, its potential for high value, rarity, and perfect grades, and the presence of unique errors have made it a sought-after piece for collectors worldwide. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a new collector, the 1997 quarter reminds us that even modern coins can hold secrets worth millions of dollars in the right context. So, if you have a 1997 quarter tucked away in a drawer, it's time to take a closer look. It might just be the hidden treasure you never expected. And that brings us to the end of our fascinating journey into the world of most valuable Washington quarter dollar coins worth millions. Today, we explored coins that might look ordinary at first glance, but hold incredible secrets, rare mint errors, flawless strikes, limited releases, and hidden varieties that have turned simple 25-cent quarters into multi-million-dollar treasures in the hands of collectors. From historic coins dating back decades to modern quarters with perfect grading, we've seen how even the most common-looking coins can hide extraordinary value. If you've enjoyed uncovering these amazing secrets, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to FM Coins, and click the notification bell so you stay updated on all our rare coin discoveries and investment tips. Who knows? Your own coin collection might be hiding a Washington quarter worth a fortune that could completely change your collection or even your life. Remember, coin collecting is not just about money. It's about history, rarity, and the story behind every coin. Each Washington quarter has a tale to tell, and the ones we've discussed today show that sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest secrets. Keep collecting, stay curious, and always check your coins carefully. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure. Thank you for joining us on FM Coins, your ultimate guide to rare, valuable, and historic coins from around the world. Until next time, keep exploring, keep collecting, and keep uncovering the stories that make coins truly priceless.